Getting your vocals to sound great is probably the most important part of your song, as it's the part that people are going to be focusing on the most. In this video, I'm going to share with you my 7 picks for the best Waves plugins for mixing vocals. I'm Zane, welcome to Simple Green Tech. Links and time codes to all of the Waves plugins mentioned in this video are down in the description, so be sure to check down there if you want any more information on any of these plugins. But right now, let's jump in. And first up is RVox or Renaissance Vox. This is typically the first compressor that I put on my vocals so I can get the levels kind of smoothed out before hitting anything else. The Waves RVox, or Renaissance Vox as it's also known, has 3 controls. The gate, which can be used as a fine-tuned noise reduction, and even though it's the first control on the plugin, Waves recommends tuning it last. And then you have this big compression fader right in the middle. You can slide it down, which increases the compression, and it also starts to increase the output volume, but it has a built-in limiter so you won't clip the output. And if you want, you can link the output fader and the compression fader together and then control both of them at the same time. This plugin typically goes for around $40, but it's also included in some great bundles like the Platinum Bundle.
You can start a revolution. Just remember that rock and roll ain't noise pollution. Want that rockin' attitude? If not us, then you. You can start a revolution. Just remember that rock and roll ain't noise pollution. Want that rockin' attitude? If not us, then you.
This next plugin is probably my most used Waves plugin throughout my projects. This is the Renaissance EQ, also known as REQ. It's my Frank's hot sauce of plugins. I put it on pretty much everything. It's a simple, lightweight EQ plugin that allows you to easily dial in your settings, and you get a nice graphic display with a frequency analyzer. You kind of get 6 plugins with this one, as you can load it up as a 2-band, 4-band, or 6-band EQ, and each of those has a stereo or mono version of the plugin. So it works on pretty much everything. You can grab it for around $35, but it's also included in some bundles like the Gold Bundle, which is an incredible starting point for Waves plugins.
I fell in love with an alien. It didn't matter the color of her skin. Blue and green and sometimes red. But you bet she always turned some heads. She fell to earth and into my life. This alien will be my wife. She can't speak and talk, but she knows how to move when I rock.
This next Waves plugin for vocals is an all-in-one vocal plugin. This is Butch Vig Vocals. I mainly use this one for the saturation, but it's an all-in-one vocal chain plugin, and it's housed in a kind of cool steampunk style interface. Butch Vig is known for producing some huge albums like Nirvana's Nevermind, Smashing Pumpkins albums, and so much more. This plugin is the result of Butch Vig working with Waves to go through his vocal chain and allowing you to have access to it. It comes with some decent presets to get you started in the right direction, which is very nice. It goes for around $35 typically, so let's give it a listen right now.
Reruns of you and me. The way that things they used to be. Better get used to reruns like zombies in my head. You're back from the dead, and those days are gone and they're never coming back.
Before I get into the next plugin for mixing vocals, I just want to ask if you're enjoying this video so far and getting some value out of it, can you please give it a thumbs up? It really helps my channel out and I appreciate it so much. Now, the next Waves plugin for vocals is the Vocal Rider. This plugin can be used in a few different ways, but basically, it will automate this main fader in the middle according to the settings that you give it. So if your vocal gets too soft, it can bring it up, or if your vocal gets too loud, it will lower the level. You can also use the sidechain option and maybe bring in a master bus or any track that you want to make sure your level sits on top of, and it will automatically adjust the level of your vocal so it's ideal. This is a great tool for making sure that your vocal track is always optimal in the mix. It goes for around $60.
To get her home. Where she came from, I don't know. I fell in love with an alien. I gathered parts and she kept working. Her craft is fixed and now she's free. Free to leave Earth and me.
Next on the list is the simple but very effective Waves DeEsser. This plugin can help to tame harshness and reduce the S and sh sounds. A common thing to do with your vocals these days is increase the airy frequencies from around 8,000 Hz and up, and this can introduce some harshness, so you use this Waves DeEsser to get rid of that, but still get that nice airy sound that you're after. You can get this one for around $30, but it's also included in several bundles.
Is pollution, want that rockin' attitude? If not us, then you. You can start a revolution. Just remember that rock and roll ain't noise pollution. Want that rockin' attitude? If not us, then you.
Up next is the CLA76 compressor plugin. This is modeled after two classic 1176 compressors, the Blackie and the Bluey. Chris Lord-Alge's Bluey compressor is well known for being a great vocal compressor, and this plugin gives you that Bluey sound and more. Plus, you can use either of these as a stereo or mono compressor, which is a huge advantage over the hardware version. It has a nice user interface with simple controls that are similar or almost identical to the hardware version. You can get the CLA76 for around $30, but you should also look at the CLA compressor bundle for even more value.
Better get used to reruns, that's all that plays in my mind. Reruns of you and me, the way that things they used to be. Better get used to reruns, like zombies in my head. You're back from the dead, and those days are gone and they're never coming back.
The next Waves plugin for vocals is the Manny Marroquin Delay. The delay alone in this plugin is great for vocals as it allows you to control the left and right delay individually, but it also includes a reverb, a doubler, distortion, and a phaser. I use this on an auxiliary track to create some vocal width or depth, plus I get a nice reverb and delay sound while still keeping the dry vocal. The Manny Marroquin delay goes for around $39, but it's also part of the Manny Marroquin Signature Series bundle that offers even more value.
Get used to reruns, that's all that plays in my mind. Reruns of you and me, the way that things they used to be. Better get used to reruns, like zombies in my head. You're back from the dead, and those days are gone and they're never coming back.
And if you want to check out even more Waves plugin reviews, click up here, or click down here to see what YouTube recommends. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching for Simple Green Tech. I'm Zane, keep creating, and we'll talk soon.